Hello, investors. I wanted to give you a quick update of this crazy world and everything going on here at TurnkeyInvest.com. It's business as usual. Foundation Property Management is running strong, staying in touch with our tenants and our owners, let you know what's going on. So this video, I want to just give you a state of how our things are going. So past 2 days, we've sold eight different properties. So a lot of people are taking advantage of these low interest rates and time to be able to dig into the diligence vault and find our properties and invest in something that is solid and true, which is more important than ever in today's environment. And real estate is that model that they go after. So, a couple of things I want to share with you here. Let me share screen and just talk about, some people that I've been following with this whole coronavirus. Bill Gates, is very optimistic, saying in the next 6 to 8 weeks, if countries do a good job of taking the right protocol, that we'll be out of this thing. Here's an article I'd like for you guys to look up. Go to Fox News, type in FedEx CEO, and you'll see this article. So Fred Smith, the founder of FedEx, is one of the most on-the-point people I've heard talk about this. So here's a video of him talking about how he saw firsthand, because he has employees in the city in China where this whole thing started. So he saw it 6-8 weeks ago when it all started, and now it's here in America. And he says we're going to come out of this thing in a V-shape fashion. So yes, we're seeing restaurants close, we're seeing things happen, but as soon as that bottoms out and this thing peaks out, that we're going to come out of this economically in a great way. So it's very encouraging to see what some of our leaders of the world, is talking so positively about this. TurnkeyInvest.com has a strong inventory right now. We have great cash flowing properties, good prices, a wide range of prices from $65,000 up to $150,000. So whether you're looking at a C-class property or A-plus property, we've got something for your investment portfolio. We've purchased several properties. Today I bought 7 houses. So I closed 8 in the past 2 days. I bought 7 all at once today. So we're going to continue to invest alongside of you guys, bring you some of the best properties in Memphis, Tennessee, fully turnkey renovated and cash flowing. So one of the properties I'd encourage you to look at, 4091 Mossville Street. I bought this house with a tenant in place. The tenant moved out. It's still under construction. We've painted the brick. It's a gorgeous little house. Check that one out if you get a chance. Foundation Property Management. Let's clear up some of the questions I've gotten from some of my investors. What do I do if tenants can't pay rent, right? So that might be on your mind. Well, let's talk about it. So we've got a couple of mindsets there. Right now, it's business as usual. We expect our tenants to pay rent. If you happen to have a property that is subsidized by the government, maybe they shut down the government for a few weeks, you will get paid in a lump sum. If your tenants are laid off their job and they can't pay rent, we've got several strategies there. One, we can amateurize that into their existing lease term, or have them extend their lease and amateurize it in as well. One way or another, it's going to work out. We have more demand than ever, especially for quality properties like these brand new homes that I built as rentals. Those are renting in quicker than we can get them built. I've got tenants ready to move in and the houses aren't finished because of all the rain we've been having. Overwhelmingly, there is a huge demand in Memphis, Tennessee for quality rental properties. Now, I would say we have plenty of rentals. We don't need any more, but overwhelmingly, rental homes are in horrible condition. They smell, the roofs leak. So when we offer the type of product we offer, we have people really wanting to rent these houses. And they don't want to lose this house and end up in a home that smells bad, the roof leaks. So we're going to work it out with these guys, worst case scenario, but we expect rent to be paid on time, first of the month. So we have 1st to the 5th to get paid. We've contacted every one of our tenants. We're hand delivering letters. We're proactively looking at this as if we owned every property ourselves. You guys that have properties with me, I'm humbled by, your trust in me and my companies to take care of you. Already, if you're watching this video and you don't, I manage every property as if it were my own. I make every decision of who we place as a tenant, every repair I look at, and I know that we are charging a fair amount for that roof repair or whatever could be done to a house. I don't look at it as spending someone else's money and it's just, money in, money out. I look at it as if I were pulling that checkbook out. And in this case, I look at it as well. That's why we've contacted every tenant. We are in direct communication with them. Just got off the phone with a young man. He has a roommate. They're waiters at a restaurant. they've been laid off. Now their employer is kind enough to say he's going to compensate them in some way. He doesn't know what it is yet. He said, James, Dawn, Foundation Property Management, how are we going to work this out? And we said, we're here for you. We're going to work it out for you, but we expect you to pay rent. So that's where we stand on this. We're humbled and honored by your support. The May event is still on. So those of you who have already scheduled and bought your tickets for that and your flights, it's still on, and we'll keep updating you week to week to let you know how it's going there. It's a great time to buy real estate. Let's dig into, if you're still watching the video, after about 2 minutes, data says you quit watching the video, but let's talk about why real estate. Real estate has the 4 key components to any investment. Without these 4 components, it becomes more of a speculation than an investment. And in these times, we're seeing that terribly. American Airlines, Carnival Cruise Line stock has plummeted. Lots of stocks have really dropped. Actually, in that video, if you watch it with Fred Smith, their sales are up. People are shipping a lot more things, right? So e-commerce is booming. And Memphis is an e-commerce town because we have tons of warehouse workers, our renters. I think it's going to, after this whole Corona thing, it's going to really turn into a more of an e-commerce world where you're going to see more people having groceries delivered to their house, more supplies, office supplies, whatever delivered to their house, as if we're not already guilty with Amazon, right? But Memphis is a big hub for that. We're a transportation town, tons of warehouses, warehouse workers. Side note. All right, so real estate. The 4 components of real estate that make it the best investment. Number 1, you can use leverage. So if you were to go out and buy gold, you're speculating that gold will be worth more money one day. But to my knowledge, you can't leverage gold. You can't buy $100,000 worth of gold with 20% down. Well, you can buy a house with 20% down. So leverage makes it a great investment. The tax savings makes it an extremely great investment. So you can't buy Apple stock and get a tax break for owning the Apple stock that I know of. I'm no tax guy. But owning real estate is one of the best ways you can hedge your wealth by not paying as much income tax. And it's a totally great thing. The reason that they give that to us is because of the employment that it creates by building brand new homes, by buying houses, renovating them, renting them to our workforce. Tax benefits are a huge part of why to own real estate. The third would be appreciation. So anything you buy as an investment should appreciate over time. And there's 2 ways you can get appreciation. 1, supply and demand desire for that product, and 2, inflation. So I sold a house to a great investor, $220,000 cash today. And a lot of you guys are saying, wow, $220,000, that's more than I spend on my investment properties. And here's the reason why. Putting $220,000 cash into a really Class A property in Arlington, Tennessee, right outside of Memphis, makes a lot of sense in today's environment. The protection of wealth, putting that $200,000 into a cash flowing property with tax advantages. They didn't use leverage. What is that $220,000 going to be worth 10 years from now? They're going to print more money as stimulus packages and everything are rolled out daily, it seems like, with this whole situation. As they print more money, what happens to our cash? It is devalued. So that preservation of wealth, the return of investment instead of return on investment, return of investment is a key component to owning real estate. So you have your tax advantage, you have leverage, you have appreciation, and the 4th is cash flow. Gold is nice, but it sits in your vault. It doesn't have babies and give you more gold. You have to take that gold, put it out into work, and it comes back for you. Richest Man in Babylon. If you haven't read it, it's a great book. So real estate offers cash flow. If a property is leveraged, you might see $200 to $300 a month cash flow. I call that a cushion. When a house is fully paid for, you should be looking at $600 to $1,000 a month cash flow, and that's net, and that's the kind of cash flow that you can actually retire on. So the 4 pillars of owning real estate and why they're such an amazing investment through good times and bad times right now, challenging times right now. You can leverage the investment. There's tax savings involved. It has cash flow and it has appreciation. If you've got more questions, reach out to me and my team. We're going to be producing a lot more videos for you over the next coming weeks. We want to keep you updated with the current temperature of the real estate market in Memphis, Tennessee, and what we're doing to proactively make your investments work. Thanks and have a great day.